All right, everyone, we're going to move on now to other ways of earning the income. Now, what we've looked at salary, which is essentially how much you get paid for a fixed amount of time. Salary typically doesn't change too much. And for example, if you need to be reminded, that's like where I said, if you are paid, let's say $60,000 a year, that is your fixed amount. That's how much you're going to get paid. And if you work that out, that would be $5,000 each month. That's what a salary looks like, where your pay doesn't change. It's the same. It's fixed. Then what we went into then was hourly rates, and we went into overtime rates. And if you're following an order here, you just finished overtime rates, so they should be fairly fresh in your mind. So again, we've done salary, we've done hourly rates, and hourly rates kind of combines with overtime rates. But if you remember from the beginning of the unit, there were other ways of earning an income. And in this lesson, you're going to kind of be reminded and shown how to calculate pay in these other forms. The first one is piecework. And piecework, is a very easy calculation for you. Remember, piecework is where you are paid for each item that you build or each job you complete. You are paid per piece of work. Example one, a person is they're paid by planting trees, and essentially it's $2.50 for each tree that is planted. And on a typical day, a person plants 45 trees. Well, how much did the person earn? Well, it's $2.50 times 45. That's a very, very easy calculation for you. One thing maybe I'd have you consider is, what would be a benefit of being paid like this? I mean, a benefit would be if you are a hard worker, if you're a fast and efficient worker, of course, the more pieces, the more work you would complete, and that would, of course, increase your pay. A potential drawback would be, the enticement here is to make more money. So the more you do, the more you make. And quite often, this may cause someone to rush. Maybe they're not doing as good of a job, not being as careful. So the quality of work can suffer. But I'm just trying to make you think of the reasons why someone would choose to get paid like this. Okay, so you have to really, really think these things through. In example 2 here, they just want you to figure out this one here was basically what was the total pay the person earned via piecework. In example 2, they actually want you to figure out the rate of pay for piecework. So what this person does, basically, they earned $143.75 for flower arrangements. Well, how many flower arrangements did they do? They did 25 of them. So this is a division question, because what they want to know is, what was your piecework rate, or how much did you earn for every flower arrangement? And if you work it out in this case as a simple division, you get $5.75 per arrangement that you complete. Moving on from piecework, we look at commission. Now, commission, remember, is where you are paid via a percentage of your sales. So an example, okay? Totally different than the one here. Let's just assume you work at a car dealership, and let's say there's something on the lot worth $100,000, and you sell that vehicle, and you make 5% commission. Well, you'll recall from the first unit, we always change percentages into decimals, dividing by 100. So this person, they make 5% commission. So that's like saying you take 100,000 times 0.05. So in this case, that is 5,000. So this person, from selling one car, earned $5,000. Now that's great. Think of it. If this person's selling many, many vehicles, they're making a lot of money. But you have to also understand, what if they don't sell any cars? What if they work all day? What if they work all week and nothing is sold? They earn no money. And this is why people are often very competitive. If you work into a sales place that operates like this, the salespeople need to sell to you. And if they don't make any money. So typically, it's a very competitive workplace. And again, I want you to consider the pros and cons of why this would exist. The potential is there to make great money, but what if no one comes? What if you don't sell much? What if it's very competitive? It's a tough place to make money. If I actually show you the example here, for example 3, what do we have? A person makes 6.5% of gross sales. Quite simple. I mean, you always take the decimal and the percentage and turn it into a decimal, which is where you divide by 100. And you just take your gross sales and you multiply it by your new decimal. And the math is done for you here. But this person, if they sold, let's pretend this was furniture. So the person sells $9,865 worth of furniture, and they earn 6.5% of that. They would put in their pockets, they would earn gross pay $641.23. Okay? Maybe a little bit of a trickier question on number 4. Sometimes they will want you to figure out, well, what is the rate of commission? You see, in example 3, it was 6.5%. Sometimes what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, what is your rate of commission? And that's what if I could reword this, I mean, it simply is, what is your rate of commission? Rate of commission, they want the percentage. Okay, they want you to figure it out. And in this case, what you have to do is you have to think, well, what is a percentage? A percentage represents how much of a whole. Or for example, part divided by whole times 100, because that'll put it into a percentage. And in this case, the person earned $416.03 divided by the total 9,425, times that by 100, and you get 4.5%. I would certainly pay attention to number 4, as in it's probably a calculation that you have not come across too much in your life. Now, we have looked at piecework, we've looked at commission. Now we're looking at contract work. And with contract work, remember, this is where you are paid for completing a job. And this one here, as you can see, maybe is a little bit more calculations. It's not overly difficult. It's just a lot to keep track of. So let's kind of a read of this here. A person is a general contractor and they're going to fix a house. Okay. The cost of materials will be $785.96. 2 people are going to have to be hired for 8 hours, each at a rate of $12.85. He wants to earn $450 for himself. How much should he charge? So look, you are the contractor. You are going to go in and you are going to, let's say, renovate this house. But you got to make some money off of this. You have got to figure out the price that you are going to charge the house owners. You want to ensure you charge the right price so you can cover off all of your expenses and for you to put some money in your pocket. So let's just figure out, well, what's going on here? So what are the person's bills? Well, first of all, you are the contractor and you have to pay $785.96 for materials, drywall, whatever. Plus, you also have to pay your workers. Now, as you can see here, we have 2 workers. They're going 8 hours each, and here's your hourly rate. So the cost of your workers is $205.60. But this person also wants to build in how much money they want to pay themselves, which is $450. What I'm trying to show you here is if you add this all together, it's 141.56. This means that the contractor must say, okay, I will do your house renovation, but I'm going to charge you $1,441.56. They must do this because this incorporates the cost of material, the cost of paying for the workers, and the money, the profit. You got to make some money for your time. So please be careful with contract work. Contract work is kind of like where you make up how much you're going to charge someone. Does that make sense? Imagine if you didn't do that. Imagine if, look at this, pretend in this case, the contractor walked in and said, okay, I am going to charge you, $800 to do this job. Okay? So they go in, they renovate the house. The contractor makes $800. Did the contractor make money or lose money? In this case, they lost money because they had to pay for their material and they had to pay for the workers. You see, the contractor only gets paid once the other bills are paid off. I really want you to sit down and see if you understand this contractor example. And if you don't, have a conversation with your teacher, and I'll give you a chance now to practice some of these problems.